Okay, here we have the 2021 Conquest 6320. We'll start outside, walk around, and then we'll move inside. So over here, under this compartment, right here, you'll have your batteries for the house. So the camper side of it, so your batteries will be right there. And this is prepped for solar charging, so that's where you would plug in the solar panel. It's like a little portable solar panel on a tripod. It's for a Zamp solar panel, so if you want to get one, just make sure you get the Zamp brand. Then here, you got just some small little storage. Then over here, this is where your generator is going to be. You can take that panel off. You can change the oil if you need to. You can also start it out here, but there is a button to start it inside. Then right here, this is your propane tank. So you got your valve right there to open and close it. If you turn it to the right, that'll close the valve, and then you turn it to the left, that'll open it. And then you got your gauge there to see how full it is. And also inside on the monitor panel, you can see how full it is as well. Then right here, you just got a little outside shower that hooks up, and there's a hose that'll hook up right there, hot and cold. Then you have your city water, so when you're hooked up to at a campground, you'll hook your hose up here, and that'll put water directly to all your faucets. You'll want a pressure regulator on the end of your hose. That'll just maintain the pressure going into the system. Make sure you have proper pressure so your lines won't blow out, or at a campground sometimes there isn't enough pressure, so it'll push it up a little bit for you. Then this one is your black tank flush. This you'll use when you're dumping your tanks. So the black tank, that's going to be your toilet waste holding tank. When you're dumping that and it's empty, you can hook the hose up to here, and there's a little spray port inside the tank that'll clean the sensors and flush stuff out for you. But definitely make sure you have the valve open while doing that, because if you get carried away or distracted and the valve is closed, the only place for the water to go if the tank fills up is through the vent on the roof or out through the toilet, and you definitely don't want that happening. Okay. You got cable hookup right here. This is where you fill the gas tank. You got your power cord hookup right here. This is a 30 amp unit. So when you go to a campground, make sure you ask for the 30 amp hookup. When you're at home, you can plug into an extension cord to an adapter. If you need an extension cord, you can do that to plug into a regular household outlet. The only thing you can't run while plugged into a regular household outlet with that adapter is the air conditioner, because that requires the full 30 amp hookup. So you could have an electrician come to your house and hook up a 30 amp outlet for you. But you just don't want to run the air conditioner if you're plugged into the adapter, because it will burn up your cord. All right. Right here you have your sewer outlets. You can access the cap right there and the valves too, but this door will give you more access. So the one on the left, that's going to be your black tank. It's the bigger pipe. When you're camping and using it, you'll keep these valves closed, and then check the monitor panel every now and then. Once they read about 2/3 full or all the way full, that's when you come out and dump it. You'll dump your black tank first, let that empty out. If you want to use a black tank flush, do that for a few minutes, and then once you're done, close it and it's empty. And then you'll pull your gray tank, which is this small valve right here. That's going to be your sink and shower water. And the reason you'll do the gray tank last is because it'll flush out your sewer hose that you connect to it. That way it won't leave a mess in it. Alright, then you got some more storage back here. It is a pass-through storage, so you could lay some chairs and stuff under there. Then you got the hose right there to connect to the outside shower. And then also on this door there's magnets, so it'll hold it open for you. Alright, moving to the back, you got the ladder to get on the roof and check the seals. There is a trailer hookup back here, and then you got the 7-way wiring, and there's also a flat 4. Then you have your freshwater fill right here. So there's a portable water tank, so when you're traveling, if you have to stop at a rest station and you want to use a bathroom inside the unit, or if you're going to a state park where they don't have water hookups or anything, you'll fill this before you leave. That way you'll have portable water with you, and then you'll just have to turn on the water pump when you want to use it. So that's pretty nice. Spare tires back here, and then you have the other side of the storage compartment. This one's a smaller door because of the bedroom slide above it. Let's see, where was that? All right. So we'll go over here more. This is just more storage. And then you got a bunch of more storage this way. Oh, it's locked. Oh, what key is it? It's frozen. Alright, so that's just another storage compartment. Alright, another storage. And then more storage. So there's plenty of storage on this on the outside, which is nice. Alright, then this big door right here. This is going to be where your outside TV is, and this one has a magnet on it as well. So you got the TV bracket here. You can put the TV there. And then your cable hookups are up here with the outlet. And then right here behind this, you got the radio for outside right here. It's also Bluetooth, so you could play your music and stuff off your phone. And there's just a nice little cover to protect it just in case. Alright. So over here, this is your water heater. This little tab will flip up, and then you can twist it and pull this cover off. So this right here is going to be your anno rod. It's also your plug, so it'll go right in here. Just slide in there, and then you'll tighten it down. This is a disposable part, so this will have to be replaced every 2 or 3 years. Once this is about 90% gone, because the water, this is a steel tank, so the calcium in the water will eat away at this instead of the tank. So once this is about 90% gone, and you'll be able to see, it's kind of hard because there's ice on the end of it, but there's a little rod that goes down the middle of this. Once you can see about 90% of that, that's when you would replace this. Then you have your pressure release valve right there. So before you drain the tank for winter storage, you'll pull this valve. It'll release the pressure, and then you'll be able to pull the drain, and there won't be any pressure behind it. And your water heater is gas and electric. For the gas, the switch is inside. Hold on a minute. Alright, So the water heater, it's gas and electric. The switch for the gas is inside. It's electric ignition, so you don't have to light any pilots, and it'll light up on its own. And then for the electric, you just have a simple on-off switch right here. That when you're plugged in or using a generator. But you want to make sure there's water in the tank first. Usually once you get it all dewinterized and everything filled up the first time using it, there'll always be water in this tank until you winterize it. All right, put this cover back on. All right, next to it is the exhaust for your furnace. Make sure nothing's in the way of that, and you don't touch it while using it, because that does get pretty hot. Then you got some outlets right here. Then up here you just have the vent for the stove. So this just snaps open and close. When you're traveling or not using it, you want to make sure it's snapped in. That way no water or bugs get inside. And then when you want to use the fan above the stove, you just come out here and pop that open. You got the antenna for the radio right there. And then we'll go inside now. Alright. So your door is on like a friction hinge, because there's no place to put like a door hold back here. So it's a friction hinge. So if it's windy, it won't sway back and forth. You got your screen door here. This plastic piece, when you're inside, you can shut that. And then if it's nice out, you can have a breeze going through, but bugs won't come in. And then you just have your deadbolt lock right here from the inside. So if you're going to bed for the night and you want to lock it, you can do that. All right, so walking in, right here you have a battery disconnect. So if you're, get back home and you're parked for a week or a month or whatever, you can turn this off, and there won't be any draw on your battery, so it'll save it. Or if you're able to be plugged in at your house, close to an outlet or whatever, you'll leave that on, and then your batteries will just stay charged, because when you're plugged into the power cord, your batteries will charge. And then you have some storage right here under this step. Then the fire extinguisher is right here. And then right here you got just a light switch right there for the entry door. Alright, walking in, if you turn around, right above the entry step you have the control center. And basically it just has all your switches, your monitor panels up here. So you push these buttons and it'll tell you how full your tanks are. And then it'll tell you how full or how charged your battery is. And I have to apologize, I said that it would tell you how full your propane tank is. This one actually doesn't. So you will have to go out to the tank and read that gauge. Then this switch up here is for your generator, and it does have an hour meter on it. And sometimes that light will blink, and this will tell you what that means. So to start it, you have to prime it first. You just hold down this side of it, the stop side. It also says prime, so you just hold it until that light flashes, just like that, and then you can press the start. It is a little cold, so it might take a while to start, but it does run. And then you got your light switches, so you have your awning light. So you got LED lights under the awning. Then you have a step light. So there's a little light down there for the step. I believe that's it. Then you have the porch light. So there's that LED light right there. That's what this porch light is. Then you have the ceiling lights. So all the ceiling lights. Then you have the switch for the water heater for the gas. That light will come on. That is called the DSI fault light. So what that means is with it on, that means it's not lit. It'll take a couple seconds to think, and then it'll try lighting. Once it's lit, that light will go out. The water heater will try 3 times to light. If it doesn't light after the 3rd time, that light will stay on. All you have to do is just turn it off, check your propane tank, make sure it's on, make sure there's propane in it, and then just flip the switch back on. Sometimes if you don't use it for a while, there'll be some air in the line, so it might take a little while. And then this switch is for the water pump, so that's for if you're using a freshwater tank. You'll just flip that on, and then when you're done camping, or if you're ready to take off again, you can flip that off. Then you got your awning switch, so you have in and out, and then rolling. When you're rolling the awning out, you'll want to watch it. There'll be a valance that'll fold down. Once that folds down, you'll be able to see the bare tube that holds the awning on. Once you can see that, just let off the switch, and it's all the way out. If you keep holding it, it'll roll up backwards, and it might cause some damage. And then if it's really windy or if it's downpouring, just roll it in. That way it doesn't cause any damage to it. Then you have your slide out switches here. So to use the slide out switches, you actually have to have the emergency brake on, which is down here. That little pedal to the left, you just push that all the way in, and then your slides will be able to go in and out. So slide 1, that's going to be this big slide right here, and then slide 2 will be the bed slide. And then you just have some storage up here, and you got TV hook up here with the mount. And on this one, there's a little button next to it, and that green light will come on. That's a booster for the antenna on the roof. So if you're using that, it only picks up local channels. But if you are just going to use the satellite on the roof, make sure this is turned on. That way we'll get a better signal. And then if you're hooked up to the cable at the campground, or if you have a dish satellite, make sure that's turned off. That way it don't interfere with the reception. You have your ladder right here to get up to the overhead bunk, which this mattress will come down, if I can do it one-handed. I gotta flip it over. All right. So that will come down. You got little pockets right here that the ladder slides onto. Then you can climb up here. Bunch of storage up here. You got an outlet right there. And there's a light switch there for the bunk lights. And then there's a USB port next to it. Alright, you got your theater seating right here. This right here, there's supposed to be little tables, I think, that go with it, that slide right in here. Then you got like a little side table. And then you got your cup holder. There are seat belts in this, so these are passenger seating. And it is a recliner, so this is your handle to recline it. And then you got storage right here for remotes and stuff. A bunch of storage here and under here. Nice countertop space. You got your sink right here that has a cover over it for more countertop space. Some more storage. And in here you'll have all the manuals for the appliances, and then this is going to be a privacy curtain, so it'll go over here, I believe, if I'm correct. Yeah, so that'll go up front, and then it'll just block off the front windshield and the windows on the doors. That way when you're camping, People can't look in. It gives you more privacy. Household microwave. You got your light and fan for the stove. 3-burner stove top. This will fold up. Then you have access to the burners. And then before you fold that down, make sure the burners are cooled down, because if there's too much heat there, that glass will shatter. There is a sparker on this, so you just turn it to the high and hit the sparker, but the gas isn't on right now, so it's not going to light. Then you got the oven knob here to light that. You just turn it to the flame and then hit the sparker and it will light. Sometimes if you haven't used the oven for a while, it'll take a while to light the pilot, so you might have to use a grill lighter to light it at first. And then you have just a little light switch here. Alright. Then you got your dinette seating, and these have seat belts as well. On your table, there's this little lever right here you can pull down. Move these cushions out of the way, and then you can push the table down. And then you can put the cushions on top of it, and you got another bed. And then you just raise it up, and then to lock it, there's a little groove right there that this connects to, and you'll just push it so it's flat and in that groove, and then it locks the table so it can't slide down. And then lights above the dinette table, they're actually touch lights, so you just touch the little silver part and it turns on and off. Your fridge right here, there's a little lever right here to lock it for travel. This is a 12-volt fridge, so if you're not using the fridge, definitely make sure you turn it off. To do that, you just press and hold this set button, and then the lights will go out. That means it's off. And then when you turn it on, same thing, press and hold it, and the lights will come on. And then you just press the button to change the temperature. You got some more storage here. Right there. Then you got the bathroom shower area. So you got your shower right here, hot and cold water, with a nice skylight. This is to lock it for travel so the doors aren't sliding everywhere. Just like that. And then if you're taking a shower and you got kids or other people here, you can actually open this door, and there's a magnet down there that'll keep it open for you. And then you have a privacy curtain right here. Take this latch off and it'll slide over, and then you got your little bathroom area. So the toilet room, you got a little foot flush right here for the toilet, and then your light switch, your sink. Most of your outlets are GFI protected, so this is the main GFI box. Then you got medicine cabinet with a mirror on it, and then you have another mirror right here. Then you have a vent with a fan in it, and that knob is to open up the vent, and then you got your switch right there to turn on the fan, let all the moisture and stuff out. Alright, then you have the bedroom. So back here, you have your light switch, you have your thermostat right here. So you got your mode button right here. So press it. It's kind of hard to see, but right now it's in the fan mode. You want it in auto. See if I can get it. There. So it's in auto right now. And then if you press it again, it'll go to cool. And then it'll go to furnace. And then it'll go off. And then that blue light will go away once it shuts down. It'll only take a couple seconds. Then the arrows right here are to change the temperature to the preset, whatever you want. Then you got a whole bunch of storage and closet space, and inside here there's a little hanging rod. There is actually some storage back here, so if you had some stuff you wanted to hide or whatever, you got that right there. Some more storage here, and then you got your drawers. There's nice little table ends on the bed, next to the bed, and down below as well. And then you got outlet USB port, and that's it. And then let's see, I don't think this actually comes up. Yeah, it's screwed down. But under the bed, if you unscrew these panels, the plywood, your freshwater tank is actually under here, and that's where your drain is. So before you fill the freshwater tank, you'll have to unscrew this plywood and get to that, and that's also where your water pump is. And there is a pump kit on it. There's a valve that you'll have to turn. You want to make sure the valve is pointing in line with the line that's going to the freshwater tank. If it's not, no water will come through. So if you turn on the water pump and there's no water coming through, just check that valve. You might have to turn it. So that is everything to do with the 2021 Conquest 6320. And then of course up here, it's just regular vehicle related stuff. There is actually a brake controller from the factory there, so you are all set to tow a trailer if you got motorcycles or whatever you're towing behind it, your boat. You do have a brake controller. So that is everything. So I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy.